Hi everybody, welcome to the Ardmore Masterclass. This is a new series that we're testing out here at Ardmore for a few weeks to see if people enjoy it, people get some value out of it. So please, if you do enjoy this presentation, do let us know and we'll keep doing these. So my name is Paul James. I am an account strategy director here at Ardmore, and I am also a specialist in Facebook Messenger marketing. So in this first class, what we're going to do is take you through a brief overview and a demonstration of how we address our GDPR requirements in Facebook Messenger. So the goal of today is to show you that there's a risk, there's a GDPR risk with Facebook Messenger that almost no businesses are addressing. And I'm also going to demonstrate how Ardmore addresses its GDPR requirements on the Messenger platform. Now, one thing just to note in terms of a disclaimer is nothing in this presentation should be taken as legal advice. I'm not a legal professional, but I am happy to share what we have done for our own requirements. And you should consider your own requirements and seek your own legal advice as appropriate if you feel that you need to. So let's get started. So Facebook is changing. It's changing the future of social media marketing, and it's promising to focus on private messaging and merging messaging platforms. So recently you may have seen the move to merge Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp into one single messenger platform. And you probably remember this, but a few years ago, Facebook actually acquired WhatsApp for $19 billion. Now at the time, you had to pay $1 a year for a WhatsApp subscription, and there were about 1,600 million subscribers to it, so it was making about $600 million a year. Facebook acquired it for $19 billion, and we all wondered why they were doing it. But there was a grand scheme, a grand plan, and Facebook could see that it was going towards messenger apps, and could see that that was the future of marketing and customer communications. And so the way people are communicating is changing in a big way. We're moving away from websites and emails and so forth into messenger apps and even in the SMS, which has been there for quite a long time. But if you think about your daily activities, you probably, as soon as you wake up in the morning, you grab your phone and you probably check your messages and your WhatsApp. And by the time you've gotten to work, you've probably used those messaging apps, Facebook Messenger, Slack, SMS, whatever, and WhatsApp a number of times. So it is changing in a big way, and it's definitely moving towards that short form messaging format. And I suppose Facebook Messenger marketing, the good thing about it is that it enables you to acquire leads and customers and instantly start your ideal conversation without employing more people or indeed without losing the human touch. And enables you to do that by building automated one-to-one conversations and combining them with human-to-human conversations. So we do this by installing software which creates chatbots, which is the little robot at the top. But that the bot is really only there to take conversations to a certain stage and maybe give people simple answers, at which point it's really about guiding them towards that human-to-human conversation. So you don't need to lose the human-to-human element of your business. 67% of consumers worldwide use a chatbot for customer support in the past year, and 95% of customers believe customer services is going to be beneficiary of chatbots. In other words, the people, the audience, the market, they will be demanding automated messenger platforms and automated messenger channels. And so getting in now with this type of thing is a good sense for your business. So we'll kick off with the GDPR element. So message number one here is the GDPR risk that almost no businesses are addressing. And you see, recently Google was hit with a £44 million GDPR fine over their advertising platform. And you might say, well, £44 million for Google is a bit of a drop in the ocean, and I suppose it is. But it's still a lot of money, and it still shows that even though we all thought back in May last year that GDPR was going to be some sort of Armageddon, and then it kind of didn't really happen. It hasn't gone away. It'll probably surface back to a pretty major trend as some of these cases begin to make it to court, and they begin to take off or take out the major players and make an example of them. So certainly it is good legal sense to make sure you're looking after your GDPR requirements, but it's also reputationally very important for your business. Interestingly, about this, so the channel that, in my experience, the vast majority of businesses either don't realise they've missed it in terms of GDPR compliance, or they just haven't done anything about it, and it's Messenger, Facebook Messenger. And let me show you why. So Facebook itself has stated that Facebook and Facebook Messenger is the data controller of all on-Facebook activity, including messages between people and businesses over Messenger. Businesses may also be data controllers of any information that people share with them in Messenger conversations. Now, isn't that interesting? Because when you look at this, and this is a screenshot from inside my Messenger inbox, and sorry, inside a business page Messenger inbox, I might say, but the only person that I'm showing here is me, so as not to reveal any other data. But as you can see, the minute somebody sends your business a message, you can instantly see their name, their photograph, profile photograph. You can click on their profile link and check out everything about them. And you also have a record in Messenger in the inbox of the conversation that's happened. So you are therefore a data controller, a controller of data that is being collected here and processed in Messenger. You definitely need to consider that. So, as a controller of personal data, a business has to meet certain requirements under GDPR. For example, it must make sure its privacy policy covers the use of Messenger as a communication channel, and it must make that privacy policy easily accessible for people interacting with it on Messenger at the time of data capture. And that time of data capture is the moment that someone messages your business or interacts with you on Messenger. So any business that communicates with customers via Messenger, whether that be in a customer services setting or for marketing purposes, may be at risk of a breach if it doesn't comply with these requirements of GDPR. And so all I'm really saying to you is that you, as a business, should at least consider whether or not you have that risk and whether or not to address it. That is really up to you. It's not for me to decide. But what I can show you here today is how we're addressing it at Ardmore. So the thing to note here is that what I'm going to show you is how we feel we have addressed or are addressing our requirements. Your requirements on Messenger may be completely different to ours, so it cannot be taken as legal advice, but it will show you some of the flows and automation that we're using to make it a little bit easier for us to manage these GDPR requirements. But to do this, I'm going to come over here onto our website, and over here we have connected our Facebook Messenger on top of the website. So we plug that in. So I'm not going to Facebook, but this is our Facebook Messenger platform. So the first thing to note here is that when a person decides to interact with your business on Messenger, they enable you to interact back with them. This is normally triggered by clicking the send message button on your Facebook page, which I'm sure you've all seen, or by clicking the send message button on a Facebook post or advert, or in this case, if you've plugged it into your website to create some sort of a live chat functionality, then it can be done from here. So as you can see, when this happens for our Messenger, we have installed software to deliver an initial response, a welcome message. And in this message, hi Paul, I'm Archie, your Ardmore AI assistant. Here's how I can help. In this message, we're explaining that they're currently chatting to an automated assistant, which is always best to be clear about that to avoid frustration. We then describe how we can help them, and we enable the person to make an inquiry to view our latest blog information and so on. But the important thing is that we inform them immediately when they message us that we will be processing their information and we'll make it easy to access our privacy information. We also give them the option and instruct them how to stop messages at any time. Let me just demonstrate that. So you're seeing on screen at the minute, you're seeing the first message that they get. But if I just give it a command here, go to start, you'll see that actually load up. So there you go. It's given us the welcome message, how we can help. We're enabling people to set up a coffee, make an inquiry, or get blog updates, or indeed view privacy information. We're also immediately saying we value your privacy, and when you message us, we automatically collect and process your information. You can check our Facebook Messenger privacy policy and what information we hold on you by clicking privacy information above, and you can unsubscribe or stop messages at any time. Just type unsubscribe or stop. Okay, so we're immediately fulfilling an element at least of our GDPR requirements there. The one thing to note at this point is we're enabling people to get the information or make an inquiry if they wish to. If we wanted to get people to sign up for something, for an offer, for an opt-in, maybe we're coming from an ad with an offer for a voucher or a competition or something like that. If we wanted to do that, then we would have to seek some type of clear consent for the offer that we're making. And if we wanted to follow up with them again further, we would need to make sure that we gain that specific consent. But at this point, we're not doing that. We're just enabling people to make an inquiry and send us a message if they want to. So the next thing then is accessing the privacy policy. So let's say someone is curious and wants to actually access this privacy policy. Under GDPR, we have to make this easy for people, and it is. So they simply click over here on this privacy information button. And when we do that, we serve them a new message where they can read our privacy policy. And they can also, over here, affect their data settings, and they can contact us, they can chat to an actual human. Again, we're always informing them how to stop or unsubscribe. So if they click on this button here, read privacy policy, it will load up our messenger privacy policy. Okay, so very, very easy for them to access. The next step is actually accessing their data. So under GDPR, we need to enable people to access the information we store about them. Using our system, we do this automatically and instantly. We're relying on the fact that they're signed into their Facebook account as verification of their identity, and that in our case, no exemptions apply. And your business may have some exemptions to consider, but in our case, we don't consider that we do. To do this, we head over into the check settings section over here, and where people can check and update their settings and information. The first thing we do is we describe what you can do over in this section. So we click data settings. We actually describe what they can do over here. So there's a few things you can do. You can review your current settings. You can opt out of messenger notifications and marketing messages. You can request all the data we store about you in this messenger bot, and you can erase all the data we have gathered from your engagement with this messenger bot, except the data we get directly from Facebook. We cannot affect those. So basically, they can review their current settings, including the data and consent. They can opt out of notifications. They can request to see their data that we hold on them, and they can erase their data. Now, one thing to be clear about is that this only really refers to interactions and information we hold on Messenger, as it is a separate platform to other systems. So let's tap the request data button down here. Request all data. So next, we briefly explain a little bit more about this data request, and we differentiate the data that is held and controlled by Facebook and that which the person has shared with us, for example, their email address. So request data. Before we continue, I'd like to clarify what type of data we have on you. One, information we have access to from Facebook and Messenger, for instance, your first name, last name, Messenger ID, and profile pic URL. Information you've shared with us, for instance, email, phone number, company details, and their answers to our questions. And information we gather on your engagement with our bot, for instance, what topics you're interested in, the last message you viewed, what buttons you've clicked on, or choices you've made in any quizzes. We use this information to provide you with valuable information, insights, news, and sometimes maybe offers for our services. Hence, the information is utilised only for delivering a better experience to you. We do not sell your data or pass it on. And please read our privacy policy for more information on this. So now let's tap See My Data. So let's see what data we're actually collecting. So in the first block, we're saying here's your personal data we received from Facebook when you started chatting here. So first name, last name, gender, profile pic, URL, and the messenger user ID. But then here's the personal data that they've given to us voluntarily. So their email address, their company name, company website, phone number, and whether they're in the marketing team, which we've said yes. Now, the next step here is a principle called data portability, or ability to transfer your data, which is again something you need to comply with under GDPR. And so, as you can see here, we have this little note at the bottom saying you may transfer this information as is your right by copying and pasting the above lists to a Word or text type documents. We make it very easy for people to grab this information and move it on should they wish to. Step 5 is requesting to update your data. So we need to enable people to manage their own data, as they can do with their permissions or consent. So they just tap on Update Personal Data, which is over here. And what we do then is we go through a series of questions. So we ask them to please confirm their email address. We ask them for their company name. We ask them for a phone number. And now we ask them to confirm their website. Of course, don't need necessarily to collect all this information, but it's just to show you how much you can update. And we're asking them if they're a decision maker. And then we show them all the updated information. So they're then able to update that again, or go back to the privacy information, or stop all messages. So next is we need to enable people the right to be forgotten. So there are a number of ways that we do this, and there's flows that we have set up. So for example, to totally automate this, or at a click of a button, or to enable a company to review the request to be forgotten first. In other words, we can install two options. In our case, we've done it in a completely automated fashion because we don't particularly need to review the request. So once somebody requests that, we automatically delete them or put them through the deletion process. But your business may have a requirement where you actually need to review that request to be forgotten. Things can be set up, automations and everything can be set up to allow you to do that before somebody is actually erased. But in our case, and due to the nature of ours, we just consider it to be okay to enable someone to exercise their right and be automatically erased. So to demonstrate that, let's tap the erase data button. So we go back to the privacy information to do this. Data settings. And erase all data. Okay, so what we do from there is they get a message that says basically no problem, we're sorry to see you go, and it confirms that they have been unsubscribed immediately and will erase your data in the coming days. So basically there's a piece of automation set up in the background where we pop those people onto a holding list with a tag saying they've unsubscribed. That means that if we were to do any broadcast messages out to the list of people who've engaged with us, that we would exclude anybody with an unsubscribe tag, so they're not getting any information from us. And over the next number of days, 30 days is within our policy, we then set up another process to completely remove them from the list. And we also go into Messenger itself, into the inbox, and remove the conversation information, delete that as well. So there's a little bit of a manual step in there, but it's largely automated. Very, very easy indeed for you to for you to meet your requirements there. Step 7, or the next thing, is that we enable people to remove consent. So basically, if somebody has subscribed to some type of sequence of messages, for example, let's say from a marketing point of view, you've asked people to subscribe to receive future vouchers and so forth. We can also enable people to remove consent from that specifically without being completely unsubscribed. And it's basically the same process as what I've just shown you, except we would take them into a subscription management section of the bot. Pretty much the same thing. And we also have to enable people the right to object to processing or restrict their processing. Now, in our case, we're not processing anything particularly sensitive. So these rights are basically exercised by self-managing or removing consent, or through exercising our ability to be forgotten. So from our point of view, we're not really restricting. There's no need to have any other restrictions from our point of view. If they don't want to talk to us, then we just completely remove them. So that's really the full demonstration now. There's a couple of sort of hidden benefits to having this. The major one is that the software that it is used to do this enables you to automate an element of your customer services, for example, frequently asked questions and so forth. It also helps you automate other potential functions, such as make an appointment if your business is based on generating appointments, like as is ours. And it allows you to build a list that you can broadcast and use it for marketing purposes, and also enables you to deliver direct marketing campaigns in a very, very smooth fashion. By, instead of driving people to your website or landing page, you drive them into Messenger, and with a click of a button, they have your voucher and whatever it is that they need to do next. So there's lots of good marketing reasons and good customer services reasons to do this as well as making sure you look after your GDPR requirements. And of course, if you don't want to use it for customer services or marketing, then it's still a good idea to consider this GDPR type flow. So that concludes the class today. I really hope you enjoyed it and got some value out of it. And if you want some help to do this for your business, or you just want to find out a little bit more, either send us a message on Messenger. You can find that by going to the homepage here, ardmore.co.uk, and using the Messenger chat function. Or indeed, just email me at paul.james@ardmore.co.uk, and I'd be happy to arrange a chat with you. So thank you very much for your time. And please, if you find this useful, do let us know. And we will continue to do more content like this. All the best. Thank you.